Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode. Um, I'll be teaching you how to deploy a site to EC2 instance using Apache Web Server, and we'll be implementing SSL certificates, and we'll also add our DNS name through Route 53 to our server. So the first thing we'll be doing based on this is spin up our EC2 instance, then install Apache, then deploy the website, then install free SSL certificates, then create and add elastic IP address to the EC2 instance. Then we'll be adding our domain name to our EC2 instance using Route 53. So let's get started. Would log into your EC2 console. I believe all of us should have an EC2, should have our AWS console. So we'll log into our AWS console and then click on EC2. Then let's click on our instance. Okay, still loading. And click on launch an instance. So before we create this instance, let me show you what we would be deploying. So this is the code. So this code is on my local computer. Then so this is how it's coming out. So these are our websites. This is the home page, the listing page, about us page, and contact page. So our website is a real estate website. So let us go back and launch our EC2 instance now. So we're calling this instance let's call it real estate. So we'll use Ubuntu. Okay, we are going to be using T2 micro. So our key pair, select key pair. You want to create a key pair and click on this to create your key pair. If you don't have, just write a name and then create key pair to be downloaded to your computer and stored here. So the next thing is I already have my key pair on to use. So use this. Then create security group. So we will be using this. I want SSH access, I want HTTPS, and I want HTTP. So we'll click on this, so we'll be creating it instead of using an existing one. So this one will be named Launch Wizard 2. Then launch. And now it's launching. So our instances have been launched. Okay, so it's still pending. Instance state is still pending. Let's wait for it. Okay, so now it's running. So we can connect through here. You can connect through your, you can use your, or we can use our VS Code or Git Bash. So I think let's use Git Bash. Okay, so let's Git Bash now. So let's move to where my TP has been downloaded to. So it's been downloaded to downloads on my local computer. Okay, so the next thing for us to do now is to connect to our instance. So it will be SSH -I. The name of my key pair is .kp.pn. Then Ubuntu at my public IP address is, yes, let's connect. Okay, yes. So we are logged in now. So the first thing we'll do is to update our, let me increase this. So let's update our server. Sudo apt update. When you create an EC2 instance, the first thing to do is to update the server. Okay, so still is updating right now. Okay, so the next thing now is to install our Apache. So to the sudo apt install Apache. So yes. Okay, so next we start our server. Sudo system ctl start Apache. So next we enable. Okay, so let's see. Let's status. Change the start to status to see if our server is run, if server is running. Okay, so now it's running. So let's check our IP address. Okay. Okay, so now it's running. So the next thing we will do is to install our gates. Okay, install gates. So the code has already been pushed to GitHub. So you can come here. Let's see. Okay, and then so let me just clone it now. Okay, so now we've copied our GitHub repo where the code has been pushed to. Is it? Let's go back to our terminal. So now we'll be installing our Git. So the command to install Git is sudo apt install Git. Let me clear this so you can see clearly. Sudo apt install Git. Okay, so now it's installed. So the next thing for us to do is, okay, let's check our Git version to confirm it's actually installed. Okay, it's installed. So the next thing now is to clone our repo. The command to clone is sudo okay. So before we clone, yeah, looking at what we installed there, well, we installed our Apache. So our Apache is so in order to this is the web server now. If you look at this is our index.html. This is a demo page for our Apache. So in order to get to where this page is, we have to go to var www.html/index.html. Yeah, so let's copy this and go to where the index.html is on the server. So presently, let's see where we are. We are on Ubuntu slash home.ubuntu. So in order to see where you are, you always write WPD print working directly. So directory. So we have home slash Ubuntu. So now we'll be going to where our index.html is. Okay, sorry. So that will be var slash www slash html. Okay, and let's to see what's inside. Okay, so we can see our index.html. Let's see inside that index. Okay, so this is all our Apache, what we saw on the web page there. This is the code. So the next thing I would like to remove this index.html. So to remove it, sudo rm index.html. Hold on. Okay, there was a mistake in the spelling. Index. So check again, ls. Nothing. You don't have it anymore. So the next thing I would like to do is to clone my repo. So it's going to sudo clone, sudo git clone. We'll go to our repo again and copy that URL. Okay. Um, go back to our terminal. Copy then now clone, paste it here. And so what we have now is this tutorials underscore project. So let's go into that. This is where I tend to store some demo projects. So we go in and see ls. So now we have this and this. So this is the one we want to work with. So the next thing for us to do is to copy it to to the HTML folder, because you can see that we are in the tutorials underscore project. Let's do our print working directory. Okay, so this is our working directory. So we want to go back to this HTML. We want this real estate to be moved to this HTML. So the next thing for us to do is remove it. So we'll be doing sudo move mv gpt real estate. So we want it to be moved to this var /ww/html. So those var/okay slash var/www/html. Okay, so let's check. Okay, removed. This is no longer in that folder. So let's go one step backwards and see where it is. What? Okay, so now we have GPT real estate in tutorials underscore project. So since we won't be using this tutorials underscore project, I want to remove it from here. So the command to do that should be sudo remove recursively tutorials. A tutorial underscore projects. Let's list and see. Okay, so now we only have our file where the app is. So the next thing now for us to do is if you look at this file now, let's go into it. cd gpt dash real estate. Ls. You can see that this is our index.html, our about us page, contact page, and all. So you can see all this. These are the folders or the static contents of our site. So I want to move all this now back to the HTML, a folder backwards. So to do that, let's go back to the HTML. So we'll do that. We'll move with sudo move mv gpt / real estate. So since we want to move everything inside this folder right now to this directory HTML. So to do that, we now go with slash, then star, then dot. So what this will do is to move everything inside this folder to this present directory. So we'll go click enter. So now let's ls and see. Okay, so now we can see everything here. Yeah, we can see all of it. But we can still see this our GTP real estate. So should we remove it? Um, let's leave it. So the next thing now we have it here. So looking at this now, let's go back to our website and see. Because right now, this once you move this to this HTML page, to be able to read this index.html and everything. So now let's go back to our IP address. So this is our IP. This is the page. So we'll refresh it and see. I'll refresh it. Okay, so now our page has been hosted on our EC2 instance. So now let's go back to our guide. Okay, we've installed Apache, we've deployed our website. So now, and our website is pointing to, it's actually on the page we want it to be on our IP address. So the next thing we're going to do now is install our SSL certificate in our instance. Now, let's go back to our CLI. Play. Okay, so we'll be using, to get our SSL certificate here, we'll be using SATbots. So SATbots is both an open source and free to use. It's open source and it's free to use. Yeah, and it was released under the Apache 2.0 license, making it open source software. So the tool is designed to simplify the processes of obtaining and renewing SSL/TLS certificates from the Let's Encrypt Certificate Authority, and it provides certificates for free. You can use it to obtain and renew certificates without any cost. Let's see, let's Google SATbot and see. Okay, so let's see. So this, okay, so we have SATbot. Just wanted you to see how, see them on Google. So this is their website. So let's go back to our CLI and start installation. So in order to install SATbot, first of all, let's go back to our directory, to our home directory, CD. Then in order to install SATbot, we have to install something called snapd. So snapd is a service and command line interface that enables the installation, management, and execution of software packages known as snaps. Snaps are self-contained software packages that include all necessary dependencies and libraries. This allows Snap to run consistently across different Linux distribution, ensuring compatibility and ease of use. So in order to install Snap, yeah, we go with sudo apt install snap. So the domain, this I already explained, managing and running snap packages on Ubuntu systems. So we go with sudo apt install snappy. Okay, and then the next one. Okay, after that, we now install sudo snappy. Okay, so this next command is part of the core commands and is also essential for snaps. So let's say to be sudo snap install core semicolon sudo snap fresh. Let's see. Okay, I think this a lot. So okay, so we can see here snap install. Okay, it's already installed. Core has no updates available. Okay, so the next now is to install our SAT bots, and that's the tool itself for renewing SSL and TCL certificate in classic mode. So in order to install that, go with sudo snap install classic dash classic SAT bots. Okay, I'll install wrongly spell. Okay, so that is completed now. So we'll use this other command. This is to create symbolic link between our user being SATbot to our snap being SATbot. This makes SATbot easily executable in the command line, or it makes their command line have easy access to executing SATbots. So it will be sudo ln -s /snap /bin /SATbot /user, put this space, then /user /bin /SATbot. So this is going to link. Okay, and in. So it should be linked now. So the next thing for us to do now is to run Certbot with Apache option, because this you could also run it with Nginx, but in this case, we're running it with Apache. I think majorly because it's an Apache server, so I just we run it with Apache. So the next thing will be, and when you run it, if you use Apache, it runs it SSL for an Apache server. So we'll be doing sudo certbot dash dash Apache dash D. Then we'll be adding the domain names. So in this situation now, yeah, we want to I want to connect this to my domain name and www dot my domain name. So in this case, my domain name is let's see, mobantech double N .com/d and www dot com. So let's try and see. Right now, I don't think it will be successful, but let me just show you how. So, put your email. You follow the command prompt in your case. Okay, please read the terms and conditions. Must agree, yes. You can put yes or no. I will put no in this case. So right now it's requesting a certificate for move and take. So we can see that it's failed. Failed. Some challenges have failed. The certificate authority failed to verify the temporary Apache configuration changes made by certbots. Ensure that the listed domains point to this Apache server and that it's accessible from the internet. So the issue is that we have not pointed our instance to our Route 53. So the next step cost is to go to our Route 53. Now, so let's go to Route 53. Okay, so before we go to create our subdomains, our A list. Let's go to, you can see that on our EC2 instance here, the IPs we have will change. Like if you turn off the server and turn it on, the IP address changes. So and if you copy that address now and put it on our Route 53, you can see that if you have to reboot your instance, I don't know, if you have to turn it off and turn it off, the IP address changes. So the best thing for you to do now is to create an elastic IP address. So look at this now. I want you to take note of this IP address right now. So this is our IP address 54.90.23.62. Yeah. So now let's create an elastic IP address. So once you create an elastic IP address and attach it to this instance, yeah, the IP address becomes consistent to that instance, doesn't change. So let's go to elastic IP address. allocate elastic IP address, and then we can allocate. So this is created. Let me name this real estate. IP. Save. So now the next thing is to attach it. So we associate our elastic IP address to the instance. So this is the only this. Okay, so this is the instance we have real estate running right now to the IP address. And associate. And look at the new IP address 52.02. You know, initially it was 54.90. Well, now this is the new IP address, the elastic IP address, and we've associated it here. So let's go back to our EC2 instance and see. That doesn't change. See, now it's now 52.02. So come here now. Let's refresh this and see. Okay, so this IP address is no longer existent. So we'll have to copy this and try again. This one is still loading. Okay, so now our new elastic IP address has changed. You can see it has changed. See the new elastic IP. You can see our website. No, I see the old one. Nothing is showing anymore. So now after getting this elastic IP address, copy it. Now let's go to our Route 53. Now, in case you can see now that this is still not secure. Yeah. After okay, it's still not secure. So we're still trying to get our SSL secure. It's not secure. Um, what I mean by SSL certificates, I'm sorry I didn't explain that earlier. So let's look at looking at it. I'm sure you must have heard if you see a website that shows not your connection is not secure, you should consider it in fraud. It's not considered that. Always secure your website. So when I mean secure, let's go to Google. Let's see. Let's see what should I use? Okay. Look at this here. You can see this. This is secure. It's HTTPS. You can see it's secure. Let's try that one. Let's see. AWS. You can see AWS also, it's also secure. HTTPS, so secure. But if you look at our own domain, you can see it's insecure. Our IP address is secure connection. So that's what we're trying to get. So we're trying to get our SSL. So now, the next time we are supposed to go to our Route 52, which we have gone to our Route 52. This is my hosted zone. This is my hosted zone for my domain name. Click on it. Now, in this video, let's say I have this hosted zone because I created this. Yeah. So if your server is on Namecheap or GoDaddy, you can always route it down in by writing a new one, writing the name like of your domain name, click public hosted zone, and then that's how you create an hosted zone. And when you do that, it's going to give you this. So I'm still loading. I'm going to give you this record, NS record. So this is what you copy and point to you copy this and point it to your Namecheap or your GoDaddy. Yeah. But in if you bought your domain name right here on AWS, it would still once you buy it, it comes with its own on the process one. So now the next thing for us to do is that now we have this, we have to create a record. So we have to create a record. And this a record routes traffic to IP before address. So for this, we would leave this like this. Just leave this thing blank and paste your IP address here. Simple routing here. Create. Then for your www dot, you create another one there. A record, paste and create. You can do this like this. Yeah. Or you can okay, just leave it like that using a record first, our IP address, and save. So now that we have this, let's check our domain. Okay, so now it's been routed, but you can see we don't have the SSL. So that's what I said. We are trying to configure that. So you can remember initially it failed because we had not done this route. We had not added our IP address to it, so it couldn't authenticate. Now let's go back again. So now we are back to our terminal. Let's run the command. Okay. I think it has timed out. So what we should do is okay. I did Control C and then we run this to log in. Taking time. Connection time, but let's do it again. I think maybe just give me a moment. 5 minutes. Okay. I just changed my internet. Let's see. Try it again. Okay, so this is the problem, yeah. So because we've changed our it wasn't the internet, because we changed our IP address. This is 54.90.23. So we have to change this now to the new IP. So we have Ubuntu at our new IPs. So let's see, our new IP is let's go to the new IP. Running instance. Okay, we'll copy this now and then go back to our terminal and then paste it here. Let's enter. Okay. So we are in. So that was so now that we're in, we stopped, let's see. Anyways, so now that we're in, let's rerun the command to connect our domain name. So the command is let's rerun it. You know, initially we had failed like here. So we ran it here. Let's say we ran up to this extent and failed. It failed. So now the next thing is we'll run it now. So the command was to do, let's see, I think it was here. It is it. Okay. Scroll down. Run this again. We have our sudo chatbot apache. Hmm? Or dash then dash d mobiletech.com dash d mobile www.mobiletech.com. Let's go in again. It's requesting for certificates for our domain names. So now you can put your own domain name. So now it's asking, we're able to find a vhost with a server name or address name of this with virtual host. Which virtual host would you like to choose? So I will be choosing two. Okay, so successfully deployed certificate for www. Okay, so you can see it have successfully deployed. We have successfully enabled HTTPS on um, mobiletech.com and www. So let's go back to our domain name. Okay, so now you can see they've not yet refreshed it, so of course it's still unsecure. So let us refresh and see. Okay, so now it's secured. It is secured, and then let's try www. Okay, so now you can see our www is also secure. So you can use this to easily host maybe a static website or just your portfolio website. If you're doing tests, if you're testing out the test environment, depending, you can always use this. In this situation, you don't there's no auto scaling group, there's no elastic load balancing, but this is an easy way to host your website on AWS correctly or having SSL and all that. Thank you. Also remember to clean up after you because this doing call charges, so remember to clean up. Thanks.